2 weeks ago in Malaysia, it was all eyes on what we could see from Alex Marquez and Pecco Bagnaia going at it. Little did we know how that would turn out. Still now, we're at the Algarve International Circuit in Portimao, Portugal, with just 2 races to go in the 2025 campaign. Hello everybody, welcome to qualifying for MotoGP. Round 21 of the 2025 season brings us to Portugal and the Algarve International Circuit, a roller coaster track, and every single rider loves it here. This is the ultimate challenge for motorcycle riders. Well, manage the rise and the crest and make sure it's all good. It is fantastic. Let's head down then and join the team and begin with Susie Perry.
Press this weekend. Rachel Stringer's in the pit lane with the team boss Davide Tardozzi.
Davide, morning. Obviously a mixed condition session there. Both your riders opting to go out a little bit later. But I actually just want to talk about Nicolo Bulega. First time we've spoken about the entire day yesterday. Pretty impressive. Just a second off. Is that what you expected?
Yeah, because we know Nicolo and he was following our schedule, and I did a few rounds, long runs, just to know the bike and to be confident on that. So he did a fantastic first day.
Looks like your riders are both working well together. We saw them actually having a little look about the circuit. In terms of Pecco, I spoke to him yesterday and he said he felt so much better, obviously, in the afternoon having changed the tyres. And he said actually he was lacking a little bit in the final sector compared to Alex. Is that something you have looked at overnight?
Yeah, we look at the data of Alex that we have with the engineers, and he made small mistakes on the 2015 one. Where Alex was very fast, but in the end, he's close to him, and I think that today he's important to be on the first row.
Good luck for the qualifying sessions. Thank you, Davide.
Thank you.
To come in like Nicolo Bulega's done, he's going to be going out in Q1 shortly and just be a second off the pace. I mean, Davide took it in his stride there. We expected it. I mean, yeah. That is phenomenal performance, isn't it?
Very strong, very strong. He's only had a few laps, previously. They've done a quick test in Jerez where they didn't get good conditions as well. Bulega straight on the money. Less than 1 second from the best time. That's very impressive. This is a very different package. The tires feel very, very different. He's obviously got to get used to the ride-eye devices, the extra power, and that's a very complicated track as well.
Yeah, he knows this track obviously from World Supers. But in terms of the weekend, coming into it, Top Rack mentioned that he could finish top 10. I think we all raised an eyebrow and thought, oh, that's maybe a little bit optimistic. But what would be a good finish for him this weekend, do you think?
Well, I think if he managed to score points, that'd be pretty amazing. So, obviously today, it's a shame for Nicolo Bulega because he would have really loved to have a dry session, a nice session where he could build on from what he did yesterday, and that's what you normally do. Tweak the bike a little bit, get a little bit more loose on the bike, get a little bit more comfortable, carry that extra corner speed, and then suddenly you're quite there. So for him, it's a difficult track condition, something that he has to learn as well, because obviously the Michelin tires reacts completely differently to the Pirelli in these conditions, patchy conditions.
I suppose there's 2 ways of looking at it. If he's really brave, is it almost a leveller with who he's up against in Q1? Difficult situations, obviously only 2 riders going through here. Any chance you think he could get through with looking at who he's got to compete against?
I think that's going to be super tough.
Yeah.
You got specialists there like Jack Miller. There's some guys that want to take some risk. And like I said, these bikes, when the temperatures are cool like this and it's patchy, they can bite, and in that respect, it is a bit different to super bikes where the bikes are a little bit more forgiving. So for Bulega to go through, that'd be sensational, but I think it's going to be pretty tough.
Yeah, got the likes of Franco Morbidelli to get past. Ralph Fernandez came out, didn't do too many laps in that last session, but when he came out, he looked quick.
Yeah, and a bit surprising actually, because yesterday he had a massive off, dislocated his shoulder, the shoulder popped back in, and he went out late in the session, only did a few laps and was quick straight away. So, it's difficult to pick somebody to go through Q1 today because of those track conditions, and very likely whoever's going to go through Q1 is going to get the track experience and the time attack track experience for Q2. So you could see somebody now in that session going all the way into the pole position or the front row of the grid. You could see there Bulega, was taking it easy in his first few laps in the mixed conditions. You know, it's well, taking it not so easy, giving it back. Yeah,
It means business, doesn't it? It's not a holiday for him.
Yeah, there was Oliveira diving in, and then he dived back in. Yeah, that was Oliveira. So yeah, Bulega, you know, making his way in MotoGP and learning session after session.
So Q1 about to get underway, or has got underway. As you can see, the clock is ticking down. Gav, this is going to be very much on a fine line.
It really is. No idea what's going to happen in this one. Hello, everybody. Welcome up to the commentary box. Here we go, then. Marini, Bulega, Quartararo, Morbidelli, Bastianini, Ralph Fernandez, Salvadori, Binder, Chantra, Rins, Miller, and Miguel Oliveira. That's your standings coming into this one, and nobody exactly knows what we're going to witness. It's a confusing session. It'll be a long session, we know that, judging by the timing screens. I hope you all like as well down there our brand new rider tracker that we have in operation. Thank you very much for joining to come through. Plug saying hello, Sean saying hello, and top picks to go through. Well, would you count Nicolo Bulega? Would you put Bulega through already? We've covered the World Superbike Championship. We know what he's like. Would you throw him in on the mix? I'd say yes. I think he's got a good shout. So I'd put Nicolo Bulega as going through to Q2. Throwing on that, you've got Binder, Quartararo, Miller. It's going to be quite an interesting one. I think Nicolo Bulega will make it through to Q2. And I think alongside that will be Fabio Quartararo. They're my two picks to go through, in all honesty. Max says nice cheer too, but... Oh, thank you very much. From PSGL days as well. Bulega on the podium if it rains due to adrenaline. That's true. I think he'll be quick, just missing out around P13 or 14. We're about to see with the lap times opening up here. You can see where all the riders are. Ralph Fernandez still in the pit lane. Don't know if he'll actually go back out on the circuit. There's Fabio Quartararo down into the braking zone for turn number 5. He leads this queue on the circuit. Years we've been asking for a rider tracker in MotoGP. Delighted that we finally got one. And that's what you're seeing on our tracker now. Hopefully we'll be able to redo a few things ahead of next season. So it looks a bit better. But Quartararo continuing to improve. Oh, Bulega, 52.969 in that second sector. You can see the continuation. What was it? 32.036. Look at Quartararo, 31.909. So Bulega is, what, less than a tenth of a second off. It's not bad at all. As we see Fabi continuing to hunker down at turn 13, down through 14 and then 15. And the last drop, 6 stories. The final drop on this circuit for a motorcycle rider. Track is still damp, as you hear the boys talking about in practice too. Down you come once again, over the line, and Fabio Quartararo, 140.031. That's the benchmark. Bulega, 140.424. Bastianini, 144.94. Still, this is the benchmark times. Oliveira coming up. Last one over the line is going to be Luca Marini on the rider tracker. And over the line, Marini goes up into 5th position. So Morbidelli's down to 11th. Quartararo's improving in that first sector as well, 20.7. Bulega, 20.8. So everyone is getting faster and faster than the previous time set. Quartararo's still trying to find some traction time. You know, he's no fool. Nobody's a fool at the moment in MotoGP. They all know exactly the situation it has to go to. As they continue on to push. Quartararo's 3/10 up on his sector time. Bastianini 3.5 of a second. See, they're not actually losing much time. They're all just gaining the right amount. Second sector's coming in again. Miller P2. Quartararo should easily top this session. not to be against him, but he's the only one out there that should be mathematically easily able to do so. As they continue to swing down once more. Back on the push, back on the power of the attack. Fabio Quartararo then, he'll lead it over the line, followed over as well by Enea Bastianini, then Nicolo Bulliger. Quartararo does a 1:39.588 over the line. Bastianini goes second, Bulliger goes third. But look at Bulliger, 39.8 compared to Bastianini on a 39.738. There is 62 thousandths of a second. Bulliger is right up there. In his first race in MotoGP, runner-up in the World Superbike Championship, looking strong. That's Brad Binder, he's 9th. Marini and Miller next across the line. As they start that time, Oliveira's coming into the pit lane. So is Marini. Miller will continue on as they hurtle down. This is Quartararo up through at the exit of the back stretch. He's up now through the kink, downhill through 9 into Craig Jones' corner. Up now the hill towards turn 10 and 11 at Portimao. Downhill into the kink at turn 12. And then the hairpin stop at turn 13. It's watch Quartararo on the rider tracker. Let us know how that rider tracker's doing, by the way, if I can read it. So it's brand new. They have adjusted as well, which is nice. So we'll all get used to it as we go. We've been asking years for that tracker. I'm so happy it's here. Quartararo continuing on the attack now. Pulls the throttle. Away we go once again. Over the line. Fabio Quartararo's new Delta. 36 thousandths down and over. It's a 1:39.672. Ralph Fernandez is withdrawing from the rest of the weekend. So Ralph Fernandez will not take part in the rest of the weekend for MotoGP. That's what we've just been told from Simon Patterson and Race Control. Turn 8 corner speed, 184 kilometers an hour as it jumps over the hill out of Sampson, over the jump, down to turn 9 at Craig Jones. Not quite getting the rear wheel off the track though, is Quartararo. Front wheel very much up in the air. But that was all that it was. So Ralph Fernandez, no further part in this weekend as it stands. And it kind of makes sense though, to be fair, sadly it does. Let's just take a look at the rest of the order. All hunkering down as the riders come back into the pit lane then after their first runs with 7 minutes to go.
From having more power. I like he worded it, he said something like, yeah, the bike's got a bit more power.
What is it? What, has Miguel got a target on the side of his bike?
I mean, that's a very aggressive move, isn't it? I mean, it's a late apex. So that looked very, very aggressive.
Miguel unfazed.
Oh, yeah, sorry. So the comments Bulliger made, but the number one standout, which is what we'd expected, were it was the tyres, and it was the front tyre. And he said, even in that very first session when he went straight, when he first went out and he was building himself up, he was experiencing locking on the front. It's the number one complaint we've heard MotoGP riders talk about, and that's essentially when you grab the brake, the initial grab of the brake, which is always a hard grab because you're trying to take off as much speed as possible. The way that Michelin tyre is, and I think the ride-out devices play a part in it because it's much lower at the rear. Essentially, it locks in a straight line, which is a horrible sensation. Yeah, what they'll need to have a look at that because they'll first of all need to look if Oliveira was sort of touring, then he's well out of order. But if Oliveira's on a half-decent lap, that's a very aggressive move.
It's hard to tell though, isn't it, when the times are off by 2 seconds?
Yeah.
So that's another...
And it's also hard for us to tell when we just get one clip of it. Where the stewards,
all right.
I think it'll be right, but the stewards they'll basically be able to look at the story behind how's that come about.
Frankie has had a few conversations with the stewards panel this year. And
probably more than anyone else, I'd say. I think he'd probably had more visits than anyone else.
Shot again. Fabio Quartararo.
You know, when you find yourself walking up the stairs to the office, to the steward's office, you have to ask yourself the question, why always me? And usually if you stop on the way there and go into the bathroom and have a look in the mirror, that's usually the reason you're walking there. It's probably your fault.
So looks like ahead from Nicolo Bulega. He's waiting for someone to follow here. Renee Bastianini thinking about heading out. Jack Miller with Fonsi Nieto directing him towards his motorcycle. A little bit of cat and mouse going on here. Bastianini's going out with Chantra behind Bulega. Bastianini currently sitting in the second and final spot in Q2.
It's funny, like my pride, I'm just going to tell you this now, as an Italian, and I'm a Nea Bastianini with all these years experience in MotoGP, I would not follow Bulega out of pride. I don't know if he's going to, they've gone out together, they were a bit of head shaking. I don't know if they're mates, I've no idea.
Yeah, Nicolo Bulega making his first appearance this weekend in replacement of Marc Marquez, who won't be back for the rest of the season. Megan Birch joins us now in the commentary box. Your first thought, please, on the rider tracker.
I like it. It'll be helpful to know who actually goes down in certain areas and having to look really intricately at the thing. There's a bit of problem with a wide height device there.
Yeah, on the back of the two Yamahas as Marini comes through the first two corners now.
I think it was Rinsmore.
Down into turn 3. Hugs the brakes ever so slightly, trying to hold it back. He's nice on the inside line there, actually, as well. So 10 out of 10 for style points as well as it comes down over the top of Lagos into Nuki and then down the hill into turn 5 at the hairpin.
Tell you what, it's a little bit trippy.
What?
The driver tracker. I mean, rider tracker.
Why?
Because numbers, when we're like really close together, you're just like, who is that? And
I
when
know.
you think, are my eyes going funny? And then you just look closer and just like, oh no, they're just...
I think it's good.
It's fine.
It could do with improvements. I think what they should do is the same as Formula 1. But to be fair, it's better. To have a rider tracker finally, I'd take it.
It's there at least.
Because we've been waiting for years for a rider tracker to come through. Bless you. To come through. That's the adjustment pressure, isn't it?
Probably.
Yeah. I don't have a tissue. We should have a box of tissues in this comment box.
Yeah, I do it into my own anyway.
Still, we're really looking strong. This is still Q1 with 2 minutes to go. Full data screen ahead of us as well. Franklin Oliveira under investigation. Yes, he is. The stewards are looking at it, I've been told as well coming into it. By the way, if it looks like I'm switching between 2 different phones, I am switching between 2 different phones. Stewards are investigating, coming through. Over the line, Marini. Top! 139.535. Morbidelli looking fast. Quadraro's next over the line.
I cannot stop sneezing.
Yeah, so the stewards are investigating. Franco Morbidelli are going on the inside. Miguel Oliveira down the top of the hill.
Huh.
Over the line comes Franco Morbidelli to go 5th.
Woohoo!
So a little bit out of it on pace.
Oh, there's a yellow, and
It's at the top of the hill.
do you know what? They're both moving, so who knows?
It's either Bastianini or Chancha or Bulega, but it's gone green now, whatever it was.
They're all moving.
It's Bulega. Bulega slow, but
And
he's
now
moving.
he's stopped.
He's moving still,
And
though.
now he's back again.
Yeah. Now, did he roll out the throttle? Did he have a little bit of a moment? Let's take a look. To
I'm
the
guessing
top.
wide.
Yeah, exactly that, Megan. Rolled out the throttle and went straight on. So Nicolo Bulega having a little bit of a moment. He's running in 15th at the moment. That's a shame, actually, because it's fast as sector 1. On the Delta times.
Why is Raul not out?
Had a nasty accident yesterday, and he's withdrew for the rest of the weekend. I'm just dislocating his shoulder. He did ride in practice too, but he's decided that's it. So Raul Fernandez is withdrawn from the rest of this weekend.
Was it him I saw who of an
Yes.
X-ray
Yeah, yeah.
with the shoulder dislocated
Yes,
then?
it was him, yeah. Here comes Luca Marini over the line. Marini's on fire at the moment in that Honda. And it's a 139.003 on a
so
drying
close.
track. Yeah.
So close for 007.
Minor of the race winner injured. Yeah, well, getting an injury.
I swear it's a curse.
Quartararo shot to the top by 2.5 tenths to Jack Miller in second.
What if Aleix put a curse on everyone?
Probably.
It's like, I'm not here this year, so you can all just crash.
Morbidelli goes fourth, 139.3. As the flag's coming out soon, over the line together. The checker flag is out. Rins will take the flag first over the line. He goes fifth fastest. Binder will be over next. He goes into fourth fastest. Doesn't make it through.
Binder almost dropped it then at the last corner as well.
He was really throwing it around. Bastianini might do something though. He's got the fastest first sector of anybody.
Let's hope. And a little bit wide there for Quartararo. What's he looking at? Did he go wide round the corner originally, or had to avoid something?
Coming out of turn 5, hairpin down to turn 6. So I think it's just sort of gone as a back-off approach.
Because he was standing up on the bike and looking like, what was that?
Here goes Bastianini over the line and he goes 6th. Chantra and Bulliger next. You're going to get that look back over the top of the turn 4. Yeah, he went over the curb. And, touching the red, but nearly lost it. Binder, yellow flag sector 2 unless his practice starts.
I don't think it would be practice starts.
Well, Binder's stationary.
Yeah, he's crashed, I bet.
I think, yeah, because practice starts on the run down to turn 5, not where Binder is. I think Binder's crashed.
And then we've got Salvadori coming around that sector, so any chance he's got of actually doing better.
How's Binder crashed on the in-lap?
I'm guessing he's gone too wide, and is there gravel there?
Binder's got going now, Salvadori's slow.
So obviously it was just a minor, dropped it.
No further action taken after reviewing Morbidelli and Oliveira incident. How?
Where's everyone so well?
Yeah.
Are we doing the practice starts there instead?
Could be. No, that's not usually the place to do it.
Because there's 2 sets of people who are currently
That's
stopped.
the shortcut.
Why is it bringing out a yellow?
Well, yeah, this is what we get with a rider tracker to understand where it is on the circuit. Yeah, they're doing the practice starts. No, down to turn 5.
That's odd.
I don't know why the yellows are signalling there. Maybe they're having a little bit of an issue. Quartararo and Miller then are the 2 through. Both Yamaha power. Out 13th Marini, 14th Binder, 15th Morbidelli, 16th Bastianini, 17th Rins, 18th Bulliger.
They came out together as well onto the track.
Good timings together. 19th Oliveira, 20th Salvadori, 21st Chancha. Ralph Fernandez withdraws from the weekend.
Jack Miller was the one that actually had a bit of trouble with his ride height.
Oh yeah, by the way, that graphic you just saw, we can actually zoom into the corners as well on this map.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's a very interesting map. We can analyse certain corners.
Which ones are problems and which ones are not.
I really like this rider tracker. We can have it, by the way, as a built-in plug into OBS. We have set it up for the other devices, but our current computer in the box doesn't like it, so it's actually coming off here in our monitor up here in the booth. Ralph Fernandez has withdrawn from the Portuguese Grand Prix following his crash in free practice 1.
Why are his team still there? Go home. You're fine. Watch your race.
No, he literally withdrew like 5 minutes ago.
5 minutes?
Yeah. Right, let's head back down to the paddock and join Susie.
The 2 Yamaha men, or 2 of the Yamaha men going through. Quartararo and Miller heading through into Q2.
Yes, and Sylvan and I were just talking about what an invaluable experience that will be, that session. You could see, couldn't you, with every lap, how much the lap times were coming down, how much faster that track is getting. And I think Q2 is going to be, once again, another different experience.
Yeah, the track is evolving, and obviously the riders are getting more confident and more confident. You know, with those patches that are very hard to see here because there's many blind corners. So, you know, those patches, they've had a chance to identify them a little bit better, and for them it's a big advantage going into Q2 for the 2 Yamaha riders, for Fabio and Jack Miller. But we're just saying as well...
In terms of improving, though, to make it through to the front row, you think it's going to have to be a big step, don't you?
Yeah, they're going to have to. I mean, the track is almost dry now, and they did struggle a bit yesterday, so, you know, there is a lot of ground to make up. That said, you know, the brave card still counts because the conditions are still not great. The curbs, you know, Neil was talking about the curbs and he's right. To go fast around here, to do a 37, you have to use all the curbs. And the curbs, they're still a little bit dumped. Some are not. And the problem is you don't want to find out in a bad way.
We saw Fabio trying it out there, didn't we? Do you think that the Yamahas have got enough to get themselves to the front of the grid?
I think it's going to be tough. I think there's some guys out there that have got a lot of pace, you know, your Alex Marquez, your Aldeguer, your Bezzecchis, so it's going to be difficult. Fabio was very brave there. We know that Jack Miller is very good in conditions like this. It's a hard one to call, but for sure that experience in Q1 is going to help them making up a little bit of the ground that you know, they were losing yesterday. Yesterday there was quite a big step though. The Yamahas were struggling a little bit.
Feels like they're going in running to this Q2 session, doesn't it? Let's find out the thoughts of the Yamaha team boss, then Rachel Stringer's down in the pit lane with Mayo Meregali.
Mayo, Fabio yesterday said he was expecting more, I think, from day one. Struggled in a lot of different areas. Maybe seems to have found something going through to Q2. What did you do overnight and how did you think he looked out there this morning?
Yeah, first of all, yesterday, as you can imagine, the condition didn't help us because when the track doesn't provide grip, and yesterday with the rain, basically for us the track remained green, and that's why we really struggle. And last night, however, we were able to put together some information, also to slightly change the setup of the bike. And yeah, this morning, honestly, I didn't expect because after the rain, this morning when we arrived, the track was fully wet. I could not expect, but now being in Q2, as you can imagine, the race can be different. And yeah, I'm very happy for the moment.
Expectations now then in Q2, they've changed?
Yeah, definitely starting from I would like to say second, third row, it will be very important. We arrived here with different aim because even last year we didn't perform bad here, and we expect that we could start definitely in different way. But yesterday we had to fight with the circumstance. And now let's see how Fabio will put together a lap in a few minutes.
Good luck in Q2. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I think Mayo Meregali there echoing pretty much, Silva, on what you've been saying, and looking at a second or third row start being absolutely vital in this.
Yeah, because they have been struggling yesterday. So, well, in a way for them, the conditions like this, you know, is a bit of a leveler because in not, like say, in perfect track conditions, you'd expect them to struggle a little bit more like they did yesterday. Seems weird with the Yamahas. I was looking at Fabio's bike when it come into the final straight, like so obviously the right eye divides go down, and when they go over that crest that go into the final straight, it looks like the right eye device with the sort of like the compression and then the extension is opening up a little bit, and that makes them lose drive. And they lose quite a bit of time in the straight. So yeah, they've got some ironing to do, and they've got some very fast boys around. You know, Bezzecchi, Acosta. Acosta's desperate to get his first win. He's got a really good chance here, and he's definitely going to be, you know, with the mindset of, you know, these conditions are great for me. I'm going to take the risk. I can make the difference with those conditions by, you know, by being aggressive. So yeah, Acosta, I'm really looking forward to see what he can do.
Yeah, and Acosta, you know, generally can get away pretty quickly, but a front row start for him would be a feather in the cap, really, moving forward to tomorrow.
Yeah, I don't know what that means, but...
it means like it's like an advantage sort of thing. Like,
it is.
It's like a one-up sort of thing.
It is an advantage, yeah. And Acosta...
Like a rabbit out the hat.
A rabbit out the hat, or a little, yeah. That will help him. And we know Acosta is, you know, he's aggressive, he's wide, he's difficult to overtake, and he's good on trail braking. He's good around this track, so it's one of his favorite tracks. And yeah, he wants to get that first win. You know, you've seen Aldeguer winning his first race. He's seen Raul Fernandez winning his first race, so he wants it as well.
Shame about Raul Fernandez, but yeah, he did look a bit dazed yesterday, so doing the right thing. Alex Marquez has been the fastest of them all across the weekend, and no one's been able to lay a glove on him. A shoe-in for pole position, or did these conditions mix it up for him even?
makes it harder for him, because if you're Alex Marquez, you know that yesterday you had an advantage with normal track conditions. So, you know, having a little bit like, you know, dodgy track conditions, few patches, few wet curbs, for him that doesn't play, you know, with his advantage that he had yesterday. But he's very strong here, Alex Marquez. Very strong in the last sector. You know, all those long corners where he carries the corner speed. Alex Marquez has got an advantage. He did in Sepang at the last race, and he carried that on yesterday. Different conditions, though, for this qualifying now.
Absolutely. A quick reminder then of your top three. Alex Marquez was fastest, Pecco Bagnaia, Pedro Acosta, and Marco Bezzecchi, the best of the rest, fourth quickest. Let's go over to Neil and Gav for this session. Have you got a feather in your cap, Gav?
I haven't got my cap on today, but I think I'd put one in there. It's always good.
Who do you think, Megan, really coming into it? There's an option here that could be quite an entertaining run, but I don't actually know who's going to be fastest and who's not going to be fastest. Then again, have you?
Yes.
Right, come on then. Who's going to be top as they head out on the circuit?
I think... Bagnaia.
Fair dues.
I'm putting faith in him. The man needs something.
Yeah, anything.
He needs something good to happen during the season for him.
It's one of those runarounds again, isn't it, that we always have to say, yeah, maybe that is going to be the case. Maybe. That's all it's going forward. But, yeah, not too shabby overall here. As the race weekend begins again. Alex Marquez, Pecco Bagnaia, Pedro Acosta, Marco Bezzecchi, Juan Mir, Zarco, Di Giannantonio, Aldeguer, Paul Espargaro, Aguirre, Quartararo and Miller all in. Quartararo, of course, returned to a circuit where he had a horrible injury back at the start of 2023 that effectively put him out of racing.
True. Can't be the best thing to come back to it.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Being reminded of it all the time. Still, looks to be going stronger and stronger at the current moment in time. That's, I suppose, is a good factor. 13 minutes to go. Is Quartararo the pick for pole here? He had to go through Q1, but now all of a sudden he's got a bit more fight back.
Maybe. I think it's a possibility. But honestly, I haven't been able to see as much of the weekend as you have, so...
Not either have I.
Oh. This is a surprise for both of us.
Didn't see practice 2 because we were doing Formula 1, the qualifying session. Or practice 1, I should say, every time. It's that type of weekend to come into it again.
I hate when busy weekends seem to coincide with when I'm busy as well. It's like everything is just like, that weekend. Could have been a week later. No. Not how it works.
Still, tension rising.
12.5 minutes left to go. There's a wind turbine thing in the background.
Yeah. Standard here in Portugal.
Huh. It's in my coat.
Get that sorted. Not much happening in the sector tires at the moment. Still the first official lap times, so everyone's bangled together. I'd say Quartararo and Zarco have got the easiest run here. Sector times are a right mess as well. All looking identical. 20.7, 5, 6, 5, 7, 6, 6, 7, 6, 4, 5, 0, 21 actually. Aguirre is setting the worst lap time of anybody so far.
Isn't that good?
Over the line, 1:38.518 for Quartararo, Bezzecchi, Acosta, Bagnaia, Alex Marquez, Paul Espargaro, Aldeguer, all coming into the factions now. So Quartararo on provisional pole position because he has got the clear track ahead of him. Track position is so critical here at Portimao. And Alex looks like he's still dodging around a little bit there as well in 5th position. He's done 20.493 first sector. Quartararo's the slowest now by 94 thousandths. Bagnaia, 82 thousandths out. Don't forget, Quartararo and Bagnaia are, and Juan Mir, the only champions on the grid in this section.
So they're the targets
Yeah.
the track has.
Mia in 8th, Quartararo, well, Mia 2020 world champion, Quartararo 21 world champion, Bagnaia 22-23 world champion. The 24 and the 25 champion aren't here, they're both out injured.
So Bagnaia is the next target.
It's a resurgence of the Quartararo Bagnaia championship battle from 21 and 22.
Jeez, that feels
Long
long
ago. Yeah,
Yeah.
but not so very long ago.
I suppose it was in a way.
Yeah, it was. 5, coming up on 4 seasons, 3 seasons.
I remember I finished school in 21,
Yes.
5 years ago.
Yes.
Almost.
Welcome to hell.
Yeah.
Got a bit quiet out there, hasn't it? Quartararo will now come up towards that line. Let's see what the delta times are. Over the line they come. And it is 1:38.518. Pecco Bagnaia to provisional pole position. 1:38.513. Alex Marquez. 1:38.098. Marquez fastest. He's determined to keep that record going, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. Jeez. I reckon they might be able to go faster as well.
Yeah, the track's drying out a lot more as well. It was a damp track this morning. More and more grip being put down. But that's the first one done. It's Alex Marquez, Marco Bezzecchi, Pedro Costa, 1, 2, 3. Bagnaia, Quartararo, Aldeguer, Mia, Polispargo, D'Antonio, Zarco, Igor, Miller, now down in 12th position.
I'm surprised that Bagnaia hasn't gone faster.
I'm surprised that we haven't seen a little bit more of a change around. I was thinking there would be something, but there isn't.
Do you know, when I was looking at who might get the pole, for some reason, Alex didn't even factor into my head when he was there.
No,
I don't know why.
Alex has had, since his crash at Assen, he's sort of drifted off, hasn't he? In fact, the throttle's been backed off a little bit more.
It's like he can't function without Mark there.
Well, also,
He's just
he's
like,
lost his right.
who do I have to compete against?
He's lost his mojo. He's the best. He's the independent riders champion. He's second in the championship. He's got nothing really left to run with 2 races to go. He's just out there pushing
For
as hard
fun.
as he can. Yeah. Arguably, everybody else has got something to prove.
Alex is just there to be there.
Yeah. He's back into the pit lane now, though.
He's there because Mark must have FOMO, and he's living it for him right now. It's like,
Living vicariously through him.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, I shall tell you what the races are like.
By the way, I feel like I should explain before somebody questions me. We've got the old iPhone, which is now the work phone, which has got all the JBMotorsports stuff on, and my current phone, which is brand new. So that's why I'm switching between two. Liam Lawson and Isaac Agile.
I swear, those two. Do you know, last year it was Sauber that were the comedic team. This year it's them two.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
There's always one team every year that's just like, we must do this.
Still, I'm not expecting a lot of drama here, Meds. What about you?
No, I don't think there'll be a lot. I'm hoping that for the sprint later there won't be a lot. I hope for both every series that like somehow they get through it really, really quick and we're really, really good at everything and we don't have loads of crashes or reds.
We might have a delay in Formula One because the wind is...
I'm hoping it dies down.
Yeah, but the wind is so strong over there in Sao Paulo, Yuki Tsunoda blew away.
George had to catch him.
6 minutes 33 to go. Let's see what we've got. Glad Megan wasn't looking at the visor strip that got put in the pit lane. That'll get collected by somebody.
It better.
And sold on eBay. Is eBay still the most popular?
I don't know. Could be vintage for all I know. Okay,
Don't make unnecessary journeys.
how many hours until F1?
1 o'clock.
Hey, our time.
Uh,
Our time, 1 o'clock. So in 2 hours.
Race starts at 2, yeah.
Okay, so
Windy. 11
1,
o'clock their time, yeah. Wow, it's already 11:30. I've just realised that. So we don't stop today at all, really. It is all go.
such fun.
It's all go on the Western Front.
Oh, the brighter side of things, it's not as
Next again.
rainy.
It's one of those days, isn't it?
Hold on. Just gonna.
So, yeah, 1:15, 1A for the sprint. Lights out at 2. Then as we leave the F1 sprint, come straight back to MotoGP. And then we go Portugal and then F1 quali.
What time is it in Sao Paulo right now?
I'm not sure.
Hold on. Time.
Do you know what the greatest thing about Portugal is? Exactly the same time as us.
True.
Yeah. So it's a bit of a UK race, this one.
Yeah, it's nice.
No time change. Look at Aldeguer. Deep on the brakes, down towards turn 1. He's got Bezzecchi and Miller following him just behind. 4 minutes to go. This is the start of the second runs.
At 11 o'clock, it will be. Oh, great! The highest point of wind.
Don't forget tomorrow at 11 o'clock there's the minute silence for Remembrance Day if you live here in the UK. Down the brakes, again, down. Aldeguer's up by 8 thousandths of a second. Marco Bezzecchi also looking strong here.
I have good news. The highest point of wind is at the end.
Oh, okay. Of the sprint.
It's half an hour after the sprint. They usually go about half an hour for sprints, don't they?
Yeah, we'll see what happens. There might be a red flag.
It's only like 37 around that time.
Yeah, time and time again, still closing with 3.5 minutes to go, Megan. It's going to be quite fun.
Woohoo!
Who do you think's going to get pole position?
Honestly, I'm thinking now Bezzecchi maybe.
Yeah. I'm following you with that. Bezzecchi seems to have the option out there to go on the attack, find the right momentum. Bezzecchi's 3/10 up. Acosta's got time. Bagnaya's got time. We're in for a showdown. Look at the red sectors as they come over. Fermin Aldeguer is the first one to take the line on his second run. He moves up into 4th, a 1:38.492. Here comes Marco Bezzecchi over the line, and it's provisional pole position. 1:37.556. Miller goes 4th over the line. What about Pedro Acosta? Acosta next up only goes 2nd. Doesn't do it. 3/10 off the pace. Bezzecchi blowing away everybody.
Zarco 3rd.
Zarco up there. Miller goes 6th.
Oh, Quartararo's doing well, but I think he only might go like 4th.
I'm surprised that Bagnaia didn't improve. He's 9/10 down despite the fastest first sector. But
Probably went wide.
Marco Bezzecchi, 1:37.556. He's got the fastest time at the moment. Alex might go 2nd, but I thought he almost dropped it coming down through the hotel section.
There's still 2 minutes to go.
Over the line, and Alex goes 3rd.
Surprising.
Quartararo next over the line. He's 10th at the moment. Does he improve? 2nd place by 3/10. 1:37.860.
He's found something in that last sector.
But so's Bezzecchi. He's up by a 10th, the same as Pedro Acosta.
Yellow. I don't know who it is though.
Quartararo's in that first sector.
But he's moving.
Unless he's gone
Oh,
wide.
it was
Alex Marquez.
Marquez.
I told you that something's wrong, and Alex Marquez has gone down at Lagos. So he's down at turn 3.
He looked disappointed in himself.
Well, that's only cancelled Quartararo's lap time, and he was on a cool lap anyway.
I agree as
Ayagura,
well.
He's gonna, yeah, look, he's going to get effect now. He's going to the yellow flag zone. Yellow flag is confirmed as turn 3. Marco Bezzecchi, green flag, we're back to green. Marco Bezzecchi over the line, goes even faster to 1:37.575. It's 19,000 down. But what about Acosta? Acosta over the line. Is in provisional pole position? It's 2nd. He's a 10th off. 0.150 exactly.
At least he's still front row.
Juan Mir next over the line.
6th.
Okay, respectable. 1:38.177.
Second row.
Outside the second row. Bagnaia starts that time. Bezzecchi's still faster. as we start the last lap times for Alex Marquez will start this race best fourth, both the sprint and the Grand Prix.
Bezzecchi and Acosta are really going for it today. It's always them two fighting each other.
They always like to fight each other, isn't it? It's always that same sort of situation, the old guard passing it on to the new.
And sometimes you get Aldeguer just in the background saying, I want to fight too.
Rising over the top of the crest. It's unbelievable the traction they've got. Bezzecchi looking strong, but his 3,000s down. Acosta and Bagnaia, 36 and 5,000s.
Bagnaia's kind of looking like third right now.
Quartararo will get another lap time. Iagura might as well. Megan.
Pole.
Wow.
What?
20.373.
Pole, where did that come from?
That's inside the time set by Bezzecchi. Paul Espargaro might find something. Who's he towing? Pole's on his own. He's got clean air.
Oh, so that's why he's suddenly become really, really fast. I mean, he's looking like second position right now. Hold on, let's see what.
Checker flag. Here it is. End of the session. What have we got to go for? Over the line is Marco Bezzecchi on original pole position here in Portimao. Answer, yes! It's a 1:37.556. He didn't beat his last lap time by, but it is provisional pole at the moment. Aldeguer didn't improve. He stays 9th. Jack Miller next over the line with Pedro Costa. No improvements.
I'm sorry. How have...
They've all lost time. All lost time.
Acosta certainly did, but a pole, definitely not. 4th for Bagnaia.
Bagnaia jumps up to 4th on a 1:37.935. Eyes
Yellow.
on yellow flag sector 2. That'll be for the practice starts. All eyes on Paul Espargaro though. Can the wild card master it back? This is where he got his injury a couple of years ago. He's literally fighting for control of that KTM over the line. Is it an improvement? It's only 10th position.
How is that possible? He's literally matching and increasing on the times.
Lost 5 tenths in the last sector alone. But it's in a brilliant pole position with Marco Bezzecchi. A 1:37.556 from Acosta and Quartararo, who's still over the line and doesn't improve.
There's a shock.
What about Iagura? No improvement from him. He'll stay 12th.
At least Paul wasn't last.
Yep.
Seriously, bring Paul back.
There's Alex Marquez walking back in. But Marco Bezzecchi, pole position, Megan. That's fantastic.
Also, I think there's a yellow in that section because I don't think they've brought the bike away yet.
Let's have a look. This is him dropping it at turn 3 at Lagos. Yeah, just as he turned into Lagos, it went down.
That must have hurt his knee because he just stayed, like, in seating position.
It bounced back on him,
Yeah. That had to have hurt. Oh, he had someone behind him as well. I think. Pretty sure that might have been Acosta. That could be why Acosta lost 2 seconds.
Yeah. Yeah, you can disappear. What do you make of that session?
I thought it was good. I certainly think that it'll be interesting with the sprint.
You might be calling that sprint Acosta's first front row start since the 2024 Japanese Grand Prix.
I hope not.
I hope not as well, but we must accept that there is rain in Sao Paulo and strong winds.
Oh, but it's not raining anymore today.
Yeah, but strong winds could still delay it.
Do you know what? If they can ride in strong winds, then they can drive.
No, the question of that. It's a question if the medical helicopter can fly.
Let's hope it's... Well, it's not as strong a wind as it will be.
It's 17 miles per hour.
Oh, no, not there. Not at that time. I checked, it's only 36.
But still, the helicopter can't fly on that.
Yes, it can.
No, the helicopter can't fly on that.
Hold on.
There would be a red flag.
What winds can a helicopter fly in?
37 miles, not 36 mile per hour gusts.
Yeah, it's after 40, that is the limit.
Yeah, it's on the limit, 35 to 40.
They can still fly it.
There's a safety hazard, Megan, as well. Right, let's head down to TNT.
It's been really, really impressive. What a signing he's turned out to be. Gone from strength to strength.
In the absence of Jorge Martinez, stood up and been counted.
Which I can't believe he's not here. I can't believe, even if he's only 80%, I thought he'd have come back to try and build himself up for at least the test after Valencia.
So almost you feel like when you've got that race weekend, how long do you really get on a motorcycle? You know, you get an hour and 45 on the Friday. Today you get 45 minutes before you go sprint racing. And then you've got 10 minutes of warm-up.
Yeah.
You know, on a race weekend, you're only getting about 3 hours of riding.
Yeah.
And then you've got to have one day on the motorcycle at Valencia
And give you feedback
give you feedback on a new motorcycle.
to develop it for the future.
I'm surprised. When people were asking me about Marc Marquez, when we didn't know the extent of his injury, saying, if you're going to come back, you'd want to try and come back here to build into it, build your fitness back, bike fitness. So Alex Marquez crashes out of qualifying. He's going to start in the second row. His brother takes the BMW, his best qualifier this year. Pecco Bagnaia lines up ahead of him in fourth. And then the front row, Fabio Quartararo, Pedro Acosta. And in pole for the fourth time this year, Susie, it's Marco Bezzecchi on the Aprilia.
Yeah, it certainly is. Pedro Acosta was knocking on the door of the house of Bez, but somehow Bez seemed to have a tyre made of magic, Michael Laverty. What a performance.
Yeah, the Aprilia seems to work better as the weekend progresses lately. We talked a lot about the evolution of the package, that it is almost a different motorcycle than they started the 2025 campaign with. So it takes the Friday to work into it, and today Bezzecchi looked at one with his bike. He still needs a little bit more in the last sector, I would argue, to match the Ducatis over race distance. But the bike looks good, it's keeping its tyre well, it turns so good, it's stopping well, and Bezzecchi's on form as he has been over recent rounds. So on an evolving track here in these qualifying sessions, he was able to just keep up in the ante and keep the tyre underneath him, and another well-deserved pole position for the Aprilia man.
Yeah, it really was. What do you feel this means in terms of the sprint later on this afternoon, Sylvain?
Well, it's looking good for Bez and Aprilia again. He also did some long runs yesterday, and he was one of the only ones that was, putting a lot of laps together. Like Michael said, Bezzecchi and Aprilia, they're able to make that package evolve during the weekend. And sometimes we've seen them starting on the back foot on a Friday, but still being competitive, for the races. And there you see even even them, they are surprised. They're going, wow,
yeah,
that was a lap, and he did get a very good last sector. So
that was amazing, the last sector.
Yeah.
Nobody else seemed to be able to.
But
to
even
do
himself,
that.
after he couldn't replicate it, so he got everything perfect there, and the tire was obviously very fresh. And yet there's nothing better out of that last turn, because he's fast, and you come out, you're really loading the rear tire, and when he hooks up, it throws you onto the straight. It's a great feeling. And also, if you get that little extra corner speed on the exit, you go through the sort of crest much better. The back wheelies less, and then you just cross the line. Yeah, he made it really count.
Nailed it. Pole position, brilliant from Marco Bezzecchi. Of course, it was Alex Marquez that did go in as the favourite, but it wasn't to be today.
Yeah, weirdly, he didn't look as comfortable in that session as he did in the afternoon yesterday. A slight mistake for him, and he will rue that. But starting from the second row, not a disaster. He just pushed it in, rears twitching, overloads the front, hangs onto the front brake, and it just locks for him at what is a weird corner. You're decelerating all the way in and just trying to pull it around. But I do think that Alex still starts probably the favourite ahead of both races. He's got such good rhythm. His Ducati can replicate what Bezzecchi could do over one lap in the last sector. It looked like Alex could do it at will yesterday. So he's possibly a little bit stronger in that part of the racetrack. But yeah, a crash won't be deterring his confidence too much. He looks really good this weekend.
And so does Pedro Acosta, doesn't he? He kept on rolling the dice to try and get a pole position. But this is his first front row start this year. He hasn't had one since Japan last year.
That's a great performance for Acosta on the KTM, and you get the feel that Acosta, he came here this weekend because he knows it's one of his favourite tracks, and he's nearly the end of the season. He's got 2 chances for that last victory, and you get that feel that he came here even before turning a wheel thinking, this is the one where I'm making it happening. This is the one where I've got a real chance of winning.
Do you not think he comes to all of the races thinking like that?
No, I think that, well, he does, but here there was a bit more, and here he knows he's got genuine, real chance of getting that win. So yeah, he'll be happy with that. Front row, that's a great position for him to start. We know he's super aggressive, very hard to overtake at the start of races. So hopefully he can keep the life of that rear tire, for the full length of the race.
Yeah, and with Fabio coming through from Q1 to Q2, another good qualifying for him. And I think after that first session, nobody was quite sure where that Yamaha could put itself. But once again, he stretched it.
Yeah, impressive once again, and still losing a little in the run down towards the finish line here for him. It's cost him a little bit, but making the Yamaha work. Likewise, Jack Miller, they're both looking strong here this weekend. And Fabio had to do it the hard way coming through Q1, settle it again. As the track evolved, he continued to up the ante. So, yeah, looking good from the front row of the grid. And he's always been strong around here. It doesn't, because of the long straight, you think it shouldn't suit a Yamaha, but there's so much of the middle section of the lap where he can really make those gains.
Yeah, former winner around here, of course, Fabio Quartararo. Let's find out what he's thinking then. He's talking to Rachel.
Fabio, what a turnaround from yesterday where nothing seemed to be going your way to put it on the front row.
Yeah, actually it happens a few times this year. I think that we did a great job, and we will try to improve our pace, because we know that is a bit weak, but we're trying to do our best with what we have. The team is working, so we will try to make our best this afternoon.
I was speaking to Maya Marigali during that session, and he thought you could get a second or a third row. So to get third, exceeding expectations. You mentioned lacking a few things. Where in particular will we trying to build on out there?
Yeah, I mean, especially I didn't expect myself to be on the front row. I expect to be on, to be honest, P7, P8, P9, so the third row. But you know, sometimes you can do a bit of magic, and on one lap I found by the pace a bit. So yeah, I'm quite happy.
Good luck for later on.
Thank you.
Wonderful atmosphere and a wonderful action ahead of us this weekend. Be sure to tune in as well, as we've got the final ever Moto E race that's coming up here today, and you can join us for all the action on JB Motorsports. It's pole position for Marco Bezzecchi. We'll see you for the Tissot Sprint later on. Take care. Bye-bye.